Hello, this is Dr. Tay, and this is my video on top 10 reasons why people don't lose weight. I put 10 things, but there's a lot more, but I guess I'll cover it in other videos, right? And reason number one, people are not drinking enough water. And coffee, yes, does it have water, but is it hydrating? The answer is no. Coffee is considered a diuretic, meaning when you drink coffee, not only um, it takes your body water to process it. So you're becoming more dehydrated when you're drinking coffee. And then, I had numerous people over the years say, well, I like to drink coffee. It helps me go in the morning. And I would tell them that's because you're dehydrated. They're like, what do you mean? Like, as your coffee sits in your large intestine, is pulling the water from the body towards the large intestine, and it lubricates the bowels, and then you're able to go. And when I tell them, you know, the amount of water people should be drinking, they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, the correct amount of water that any person should be drinking is half of your body weight in terms of ounces. So if you weigh 180 pounds, you should be drinking 90 ounces of water. If you weigh 200 pounds, you should be drinking 100 ounces of water. Now, there are about 128 ounces in a gallon of water, so that kind of gives you a reference to how much water you should be drinking per day. Now, you can add a lot of things to your water. I don't recommend anything artificial, colors, or especially sugars, or including like stevia to make it sweet. Don't do that to yourself. Rather, put in minerals, especially magnesium. 90% of Americans are magnesium deficient. Lemon, if you squeeze in a lemon into your water, is a great thing to do. Not only it alkalizes your body when your body absorbs it, it boosts your metabolism in the morning. Vinegar, if you take a tablespoon at night with warm water at night, it'll be really good for your body. It has a different effect than compared to when you're drinking it in the morning. I'll make a separate video about that in the near future. Reason number two, emotional baggage. If you got picked on when you were in third grade and you have these memories haunting you or other horrible things, every time you have these memories trigger inside your body, those things are making your body produce cortisol, and cortisol is what makes your body grow big. And one way out of this is that when these memories occur, you have to start forgiving family, friends, coworkers, that kid in the third grade who picked on you, and channel your mental energy towards positive things. And you can use EMDR, eye movement desensitization reprocessing, is by looking left and right and thinking about the traumatic experiences. So if you, let's say somebody said some snarky things at you and they meant to be some funny, but it's bothering you, a few days later, these thoughts are occurring when you're taking a shower, or um, when you're driving and stressing you out. Guess what? Your body's producing cortisol. So when you think about what that person said and you look to your far left or to your far right, you're able to turn off the amygdala, which is the emotional part of the brain, and your body is able to uh, separate the memory and the emotions with it, so that next time when you have that memory, you won't have an emotional reaction. So, forgiveness is a huge thing that people need to do. Reason three, people who drink alcohol, I am very sorry to say this, it's very hard for you to lose weight. Are there people who are able to drink a lot and not gain weight? Are there the people? Yeah, there are people like that. But alcohol triggers insulin responses because it's all sugar. And the pancreas has a function called reciprocal inhibition, which means it's either producing insulin or glucagon, but never at the same time. From a logical standpoint, they use the word or for that. And insulin breaks down sugar, glucagon breaks down fat, and consuming alcohol on a consistent basis is not good for your um, weight loss. Reason number four, carbs and sugars. If you're like me who grew up in the 80s and watched those commercials on TV, this is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. And they fry the brain, and Yeah. So in the middle of this picture, right over here, this is a cocaine user. Now, when you look at the brain map for a sugar user, I'm guilty of this. I have a, and I'm sure my brain at one point looked like this because I'm addicted to sugar. And people combine their emotions and their addiction together, and it fuels more. I used to eat my stress. Uh, I had to get myself out of that situation. And people who emotionally eat, they need help. They need to practice EMDR, but more importantly, they need to ask the people around them. Um, like especially that person who always orders um, desserts after eating a meal, and that person in no way, shape, or form is helping you, especially if that person is obese and you yourself. So you need to start having discussions. Hey, I'm really trying to get out. It's going to be very difficult for me to, see the dessert because I don't have the willpower. But if you could help me, that would be, just communicate your way out in a very civil way. Reason number five: schedule your meals. Number one, don't eat right before you go to sleep. This is like one of the worst things you can do to your body. And when you're sleeping, you're not really sleeping because you're really digesting. And your body should be healing, not digesting. And if you eat right before you go to sleep, it's not good for you. And intermittent fasting 101 is that you have to learn how to skip breakfast first. And if you just skip breakfast overall, you changed one third of your diet completely. And fasting is, one of the best things to grow um, human growth hormones, but it doesn't do it that by much, but it does trigger that. Intermittent fasting is something I recommend everybody to look into and talk to your doctor about before starting it. And if you're a diabetic and you check your sugar levels on a regular basis and you do intermittent fasting and you see a spike in sugar levels, this will happen. And that is considered to be normal. So instead of freaking out, go see your doctor, have a conversation about it, or do more reading, but consult a healthcare provider about this. Reason number six: stop eating crap. Crap stands for carbonated drinks, refined sugars, artificial anything, and processed food. Read the labels. If it just doesn't say like a natural ingredient, it's not good for you. And a lot of these things, like artificial anything or preservatives, they're known to cause a lot of cancer, believe it or not. Like like many years ago, people were saying like, "Oh, smoking is bad for you." No, they were saying smoking is good for you. They were saying doctors choose to smoke Camels. This is the doctor's number one choice for cigarettes. Um, and later on, through a lot of research, came about, you know, cigarettes causes cancer, lung cancer, and it's really bad for you. So the Surgeon General was involved. There was a lot of money involved. So whenever there's a lot of money involved, it the truth is hard to get out. They try to suppress the truth, and processed meats is known to cause cancer. Um, yeah, this is a wake up call that a lot of people need to come around. And I love my prosciutto ham. However, you know, you have to check: did they just salt it, or are they putting all these preservatives on it to make the shelf life longer? So I'm guessing that if you could get these processed meats with less preservatives, it'll be good for you. I think one of the things that I'll be talking about in the future is sodium benzoate. Um, I first started seeing it at H Mart in Korean supermarkets when the side dishes that they make, they were using sodium benzoate. And I'm like, one day I went home and started reading about it. I'm like, oh, this stuff is really cancerous. This is not really good. Carbonated drinks, the fizz, yeah, it helps you digest and all these things. And I know some people who just drink this instead of water. I'm like, oh, this is not good for you. Carbonated drinks, especially like soda, the carbonated drinks pushes the sugars into your body faster. So if you have like those seltzer and alcohol, guess what? It's pushing the alcohol into your body faster. Reason number 8, people doing some sort of wrong exercise. And yeah, I know some people who exercise who don't lose weight. So, and they're on a good diet. So, diet and exercise is not the answer all be all. They need professional help. And if you don't know how to exercise and you don't have money, that still does not give you the excuse to not exercise. One of the best things you can do for yourself is go for a 6 mile walk and do that every single day. One of my friends, Gianni, helped another guy. I think he helped him lose over, I don't know, close to 100 pounds just from walking every single day. And it was not even running, it was just walking every single day. So, so rough estimate, 12,000 steps per day. That's the key spot. Some people were saying 10 miles, but I read some research where 12,000 steps or 6 miles is the sweet spot for you to continue to maintain good overall health. Now, a person who don't exercise at all lives a healthy lifestyle versus no, a person who is not doing exercise versus a person who smokes and drinks and exercises, guess who's healthier? The person who is exercising is healthier. I want to stay on this a little bit more because some people exercise and they don't stretch. You need to have a good balance between flexibility and strength. And if you work out all the time and your muscles are getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter, that's preventing blood flow to heal the muscles and so forth. Your nerves are not firing correctly, and flexibility is crucial. I met people who look super fit because they work out all the time and they don't stretch. These people end up with a lot of arthritis later on in life. Okay. But one day I'll make a whole video about this. And yes, if you're working out your chest, your biceps, and you're working these muscles over and over and over and not working out your legs and things like that, you disproportionately have larger muscle mass in certain parts of the body. And guess what? Your body is going to scan your whole body and say, oh, there's excessive muscles here. Let's turn them into fat. And that's how the body works. So the more your workouts are more holistic, approaching the whole body, you should be able to lose weight faster. So if you're doing the same muscles over and over and over, that's not going to serve you. Reason number 9, if you have poor sleeping habits and if you have insomnia and you can't go to sleep, I'm sorry, you're not going to lose weight. You need professional help. You need to make sure that there's no light in your room when you go to sleep. Decrease screen time before bed. The blue light exists in the morning where it tells your body to stop producing melatonin. And at night, the screens that we watch has a lot of blue light in it. And therefore, it tells our body it's still daytime, so they should not be producing it. And some people who they're in emotional help, like you need help somehow to get your sleep back. Reason number 10, I want to do a whole video just on this topic. Bad oils and fats. That last time you saw a video of the obesity trends in the US, I believe this is one of the key components of why obesity trends is so high in this country. And any type of vegetable oil, yes, that includes olive oil, avocado oil, canola oil, which is bad, even if you don't cook it. And all of these oils, if you cook it, it becomes trans fats because the heat oxidizes faster. And these things accumulate in your cardiovascular system and they become arteriosclerosis, which causes heart disease. If these things accumulate in the brain, they become amyloid proteins, aka plaque. They're the same thing. And one way to reverse out of this situation is you have to learn how to cook with tallow, which is animal fat, and pasture raised butter. All right, my time is up. I will post more videos on how to 10 things that you can get yourself healthy. So stay tuned for more videos. Hit that like button, subscribe. Bye.